Okay, we're a little bit early. I'll just give it a few more minutes to see how many people arrive on the last minute, and then we'll start in with the training, and we'll get to questions and answers later on. So what I want to do is just cover the 5 essential things that you need to do in your business, and they all begin with C, to find online success. So I'll be going through that. I'll be telling you a little bit about what's happening with our SOAP program, because I know that there were a lot of members registered, and so I'll be going through that first, and then I'm looking to get questions from you and answers. But if you leave those to the end, please, and then I'll answer all your questions. But we'll get on with what we've got to get through before that, and if you might find that some of your questions are answered before we actually get to the end. The chat is enabled, I believe, and we've got quite a few people. We've got Willie from Atlanta that's already in there. You can chat amongst yourselves, and I will be asking questions. I want this to be interactive where possible, so I'll be asking questions as we go through. It's now 3 o'clock. It's time for us to get started, and so here we go. It's about the 5 C's. It's essential training, because this is what most people don't understand about business online. And I want to point out that business online is business. It's not a lottery. It's not a magic thing that just happens by chance. It's the same as any other business. The only difference is you have massive, massive opportunity, because there are so many millions, billions of people online that are potential clients, potential customers of yours. But other than that, it's a business like any other business, whether it's a hot dog stand, a retail shop, a car mechanic's outfit, haberdashers, whatever it might be, an accountant's business, anything at all. It's a business. And ignore all the hype that you get out there. Ignore all the rubbish that people are going to tell you about overnight riches. It's something that is going to get you broke, $37, $97 at a time. Concentrate on what you're doing. I suppose concentrate could be another C, but let's just move on. I hope you can all hear me. I know that with Google Hangouts there is a delay. It's usually about a minute. Sometimes it can be as much as 2 minutes between what I say and the response that comes back. Sometimes it can be a little bit less. But we're gonna move on here. I see we've got people from the USA here. I'm in the UK currently. I also have homes in the USA. I've just got rid of my Italian home. I'm looking at buying a home in France. So we have people here from lots of different places. You can say hello, you can chat amongst yourselves, and we'll get moving now. It's 3 minutes past, so I think that that'll probably relate to starting more or less on time. So we move to the next slide. So what's the purpose of this webinar? Well, I want you to understand that initially I want to provide you with the basic essentials of success. I want to help you to make money quickly. I want to dispel some myths and lies that are common out there. I'm going to provide you with a free gift that you can use to learn more. You'll also be able to give this away to help you build your business. I want to outline the SAWWP program, what it offers, its guarantees, and what we're doing with that program now, what's happening with it, what's new. and I'll take questions and answers. SAWWP stands for Sharing Abundance Worldwide with Passion, for those that don't know. The objective of the program is to help the members, first of all, gain the abundance that is their right, and through doing that, to generate income whereby we can, as a community, as an army, as a group of caring people, provide support and assistance for those who literally have nothing and are dying of starvation. We've got children in this world dying through lack of food, lack of fresh water, and in this world of abundance, that shouldn't be happening. So through providing our members with abundance, we'll also be generating income to help those people. So that's what we're going to be doing in this webinar. The free gift is 6 easy ways to make money online. It's in the form of an ebook, and the ebook has affiliate links in it. And those affiliate links, I'm going to tell you later on how you can change those to your own affiliate links, so that as you give this away, it will help you generate money from ClickBank. Giving away books like this is a great way to generate ClickBank income, as well as building a list and helping people generally. It's very, very simple by giving away a book like this to generate $300, $400, $500 a week in income from the links in the book. I'm also going to be giving somebody, one lucky attendee at the end. I'm going to be asking a question based on the webinar, and the first person to come up with the right answer, I'm going to actually send them $50 cash to their PayPal account. Okay, so that's what's coming towards the end. So what governs how much people get paid? There's a lot of nonsense talked about what is needed to make large incomes, whether it's online, offline, or whatever. People tell you, oh, you've got to have a lot of knowledge, you've got to work hard, you've got to put in long hours, you've got to... These are all people that don't know. These are not people that are making a lot of money. These are people that have just been told this, and it keeps getting told. It's like folklore. It just keeps getting passed down. What governs how much people get paid? Have you ever thought about it, what it is? And are you getting paid enough? Are you getting paid what you're worth? Well, I'm telling you now, yes, you're getting paid what you're worth. Whether you believe that or not, that is a fact. You're getting paid what you're worth at this current moment in time. You're getting paid what you believe you are worth. You're not paid, literally, nobody's paid for what they do. It's nothing to do with how hard you work. I'm sure you know lots of people that work extremely hard and yet they're not wealthy. It's not about how much you know. I'm sure you know hundreds of people who have massive knowledge, but they're not wealthy. I'm sure you know people that have got loads and loads of qualifications, but they're not wealthy. It's not about all these. Now, the above may help, but they're not the root. They're not what actually matters. These are all just subsidiaries, if you like. They're little bits that you can tack on. You see, you're paid not for... You're paid for who you are, not what you do. Who you are determines your income. Think about it, you know. Who are the wealthy people? They're people that have got celebrity names, and they're people that have got belief in themselves. They're people that if you took away all their wealth, they'd build it back up and more within a short space of time. There was a time when his name escapes me. Isn't that annoying? The great property tycoon chap with the blonde hair, and his name will come to me. But there was a time he was born wealthy. He had a lot of money, and he built it up and he spent a lot of money, and then he borrowed massive amounts and he lost it all, and he still had these debts, and he had billions of dollars in debt, and yet now he's back to being a multi-billionaire because of who he is, not what he does. What he does is a result of who he is. What he attracts is a result of who he is. Who you are determines your income. And I am are two of the most powerful words, depending on what you put after them, because those words will shape your reality. What you decide you are will be what you become. So the first C is change. Now, I know that a lot of people don't like change. They don't want to change. They don't want to be different. They don't want to do things differently. But they want things that they don't have now. And if you want to change your income, if you want the things that you don't have now, you must first change yourself. And the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And that's what Socrates said. It was true hundreds of years ago when he was around. It's still very true today. You've got to focus on building the new you. You've got to be prepared to change, and you've got to make a positive effort to make that change. And that's the first C. So what determines your income online? Once you've established that you can change yourself, you can change the way you think about yourself, you can change the value that you perceive in yourself. And there are lots of places where you can get help with this and training that'll help you make this change. One of the places is through the website that I was talking about before, sawwp.com. It's not there yet, but there's going to be masses and masses of mindset training going into that website in the very, very near future. But what determines your income online? Is it your website? Do you need a great website, a flashy website, a website with videos, website with great copy? Do you need a big list? Do you need an incredible offer, an offer that is so good that people would be crazy to refuse it? Do you need masses and masses of traffic? What is it that determines your online income? It's conversions, and that's the second C. It's conversions. You know, I think it was Stephen Covey that said you must start something with the end in mind. And you always must have your desired end when you start out a project of any kind. You must know what you want to achieve by what it is you're doing. Because making that achievement, getting there, this is known as a conversion. Now, it may be that you want to make a sale of a product. It may be that you want to get somebody to opt into your list. You may be building a list. It may be lots of different things. In most cases, it's either list building or making a sale. But you've got to know that. And getting somebody to the point where they either opt into your list or make a purchase so that you make that sale is a conversion. So that's the second C. Conversions are what's important. Now, the things on the previous slide, these things here may help conversions, but it's conversions that are important, and that's what people don't understand. They think if they have a website and they send millions of visitors to that website, they're going to be rich. It's not the case. They've got to convert those visitors. It's conversions that are important. And who are you converting? Where do the conversions come from? How are they achieved? Where does the process start? You can't just put a website up and say, oh, that's great, I'm going to convert. Who are you going to convert? What are you going to do? How are you going to make that work? So it's the third C, and that is contact. You've got to make contact. Making contact is where everything starts. You've got to make contact with people. This is like being introduced to somebody. It's a lead. When you go out and you get leads, that is purely an introduction to somebody. And that's where things start. You've made contact with a person. If you're walking down the street, you can just choose to walk past everybody and keep your head down so that nobody sees each other, they don't say hello. Or you can greet everybody with a smile, say hello, 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 and that is making some sort of contact. Or you can get people and you can say, hello there, how are you? Do you have 2 minutes to spend with me? And that is getting contact to a next stage. What can contact be? It can be a personal introduction. It can be somebody that you've just met. It can be somebody you're introduced to. It can be somebody you referred to. It can come through an advert you've placed or an advert that they've placed. Some people advertise for other people to connect with them. Excuse me. It could be a video. It could be an email. Emails are a way of getting in touch with people. It could be through traffic to your website or your blog. It could be through blog entries. It can be through traffic that's attracted because you've written an interesting article. But nothing happens until there is a contact that's been made. And that is what people don't really understand. They think that, oh, it's just magic. We get a website, we send a load of traffic to it, and that's it. And I'm afraid that's not it. A load of traffic to a website may possibly get you 1 or 2 sales. It's never going to make you rich. You've got to take that connection and you've got to make contact with that connection, and you've got to do it in the right way. You may want that contact to opt in to your list because you've heard that the money's in the list. And that's very true. The money is in the list. If you have a good list and you know how to work that list and you know what to do, and you get people to opt into your list. In fact, I would say this is a must-have step, because everybody you contact, you want them to get on your list. So you want them to opt in, but remember, anybody that opts in can also opt out. So unless you're interesting to them, unless you're providing them with something beneficial, they're not going to stay opted in. So what's the 4th C? The 4th C is conversation. People tell me, or they ask me constantly, how do I make sales? I've got no money. How do I make sales? I tell them, talk to people. What do you mean, talk to people? Talk to people. Talk to people. This is where the process of changing those visitors or leads into a prospect takes place. Without conversation, that lead is of no value whatsoever. It's no good buying leads and just hoping that they're going to decide that, oh yeah, you're a great person selling a great product, I'm going to buy it. That's not going to happen. You've got to get involved in conversation. Conversation, it doesn't need to be on the telephone, it doesn't need to be face to face. But those are 2 great ways of doing it. It can be through videos, it can be through emails, it can be through webinars, it can be lots of different ways. But you must get involved in conversation. Text chat is very good, very easy. When I'm building and making sales, which I've not had time to do for over 6 months really, I get on Facebook and I just look for people that have got like interests to me. And I get involved in conversation with them and I ask them about things. Because you retain control of the conversation through asking questions. The person that finishes up with a question is in control. So if you meet somebody, as I say, one of the ways that I do it, and I can make 2 to 3 sales a day of ranging from $25 to $5,000 sales, 2 to 3 a day on Facebook conversation. You meet somebody, you ask them, you know, what they're looking for in life. Are they getting there? Have they got any goals? What are they seeking? and you'll find that people will talk to you, talk to them nicely. I mean, if on Facebook, it's good because you can look at their page, you can see what they're posting pictures of, if they've got children, if they're keen on travel, if they've got a motorbike or a car or a yacht or whatever it is. It's all there on Facebook for you, so you can find out what they're interested in. Are they interested in sport? Well, what would they like to do? Questions, 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 and those questions will lead you. You've got to structure your questions so they lead people where you want them to go. But also be interested in the answers and confirm their importance. If somebody says, "Oh yeah, I mean, I'd like to pay for my kids' education. They're in their early teens now, and they're going to be going to college, and it's going to cost me about $100,000. Oh yeah, that is important. It's a lot of money, but it is important for you and your children, isn't it? Confirm it. Get them to say, yeah. Make that really secure. So, do you know how you're going to get that money together? Do you know how you're going to raise that cash? Is it going to be loans, or, I mean, I'm sure you don't really want to be borrowing that amount of money, do you? Get their answers. Be interested in what their answers are. So many times I see people, they'll ask somebody a question, how are you? Have you seen so-and-so? Did you do this? And they're not listening to the answers. They're just asking questions, questions, questions. Be interested in the answers and confirm their importance with the people. Because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's an old cliche, but it's very, very true. Once people know that you care about them and you're trying to help them, they'll unload loads and loads of information to you, and they'll tell you what their problems are. And you know what a sale is? A sale is simply solving a problem. So that's what you do, and that's the fourth C. You've got to get involved in conversation. So people come to me and they ask me, how can I make sales using Facebook? I tell them, talk to people. Talk to people. They don't want to do it. They don't want to know how to make sales using Facebook. They want to know if there is a way that on Facebook, without doing very much at all, maybe using an auto posting system and never talking to anybody, never getting in communication with anybody, they can retire a millionaire in the next 2 or 3 years. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. You've got to talk to people, however you decide to do it, whether it's through text, emails, videos, telephone, face-to-face, whatever it is. Conversation is so important. I get people asking me, how long does it take? How long does it take before I can make this much? How long will it take till I get my first sale? How long will it take to build a business with 1,000 distributors in? How long will it take? It's a world where we expect things now. It's a now world. We're not prepared to wait for things. We're not prepared to take action and do things until we actually get results. And this little slide up here is something that I've always found very interesting. It's if you take a penny and you double it every day for a month, at the end of 15 days, you'd have $163. And if you keep on doubling it and doubling it and doubling it, at the end of a month, you'd have $5 million or over $5 million. And this really, to me, is an indicator of what business is about, what building a business is about. Well, any kind of business, whether it's multi-level marketing, whether it's just making sales, whether it's having a shop, your customers, whatever it is, it starts slowly. You go here before you can get to here. You're not going to get here. It just doesn't work that way. It takes time to build. Why do so many people fail online? Because they're told they can get this here. And they go, oh yeah, I'm going to give it everything I've got for 3 months. And in the end of 3 months, they've got 4 people in the downline and they're making $10 a month, and the products are costing them $60, $70 a month. So they're losing $50 a month, and they say, this isn't working, I'm going somewhere else. And they start again here. And that's what happens. Most people quit a business opportunity between 3 and 6 months because the results are not now. They're not getting what they wanted now. Is it possible to get more than this in a shorter space of time? Yeah, anything's possible. Is it possible to make $1,000 by tomorrow? Yeah, of course it is. Is it possible to make $10,000 by tomorrow? Yeah, it is. Depending on how you go about it, how you speak to people, how you get involved in conversation, what your offer is, and everything else. But most people won't be able to do that. Most people are going to need to build steadily, 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 and it'll take time. It'll take time to get from here to here. But if you put in that effort and you keep at it, you will find that you start seeing results eventually. Are you prepared to do what it takes for long enough to get the results? It's no good switching. And the 5th C, therefore, is consistency. You've got to be consistent. You've got to keep doing what you're doing. You've just got to stick with it. You've got to believe in it. You've got to have faith in it. And you've got to keep going. Consistency. You know, I run banner ad campaigns, and I never expect anything from a banner ad campaign till it's been running at least 3 months, because people need to keep seeing things over and over and over and over again. And when they've seen it so many times, it starts imprinting. Oh, I've seen this, it's been around a while. Yeah, this must be okay because it's been, I keep seeing it, it's seen it there, I've seen it here. It takes that amount of time. People put a banner ad up, they buy a day or 2 days on a website, sometimes a month, and they get a few hits and no sales, and they say, oh, that's not working, we'll try something else. It don't work that way. Consistency. You've got to be consistent. You've got to decide your plan of action, and you've got to stick to it, and you've got to keep going with it, because it takes time and persistence, and you will get that through consistency. A blog is an example. People talk about SEO. How do you get your blog to rank? How do you get SEO? I'll tell you how you get it. You post daily for 12 months. You put a post on your blog daily for 12 months and you will start ranking your new posts automatically without knowing anything about SEO, because that's what the search engines want. They want new content daily for a period of time, and they start recognizing it and say, oh, there's another one from that website. Look at this. Yep, whack it up there. Okay? Consistency. You're not going to get page 1 of Google by SEO techniques in a day or a week or a month. Even with an expert, it's going to take them a month or 2 months to get you onto page 1 of Google, probably, even with a real good expert. But you consistently post every day. It doesn't need to be massive post. Consistently post every day, and you'll start getting page 1 rankings at the end of 12, 13, 14, 15 months. You'll find it happening very quickly, sometimes within a few days of actually putting a new post up. Email follow-ups are another example. People don't buy the first time, and they say when it's from somebody that they've never met before. People expect to buy a lead, and for those leads, even if they're ready and looking for something, and they've got the cash and they've got a credit card in their hand, they're not going to just jump in head first or feet first or whatever you want to call it into something and give you their hard-earned cash, because they don't know you. They don't know enough about what it is. They're skeptical. Why shouldn't they be? There's so much rubbish out there. There's so much stuff that's being peddled by actors in hired cars and rented accommodation to sell a $37 program to somebody that's never going to give them anything. Why shouldn't they be skeptical? They should be skeptical. We should encourage them to be skeptical, encourage them to check things out. And how are they going to know if you don't follow up? How are they going to know that you're real? How are they going to know that you care if you don't consistently follow up? And I don't mean by saying, haven't you bought this yet? It's about time you did. You know, it's about getting in touch with people, conversation, finding out what they need, finding out what is stopping them moving forward in their life. What is it that you can do? You can only do that by following up with emails, getting in conversation. Consistency in whatever you're doing is the key. And that is the 5th C that I wanted to talk about. Some more C's, though, are choice, challenge, conviction, concentration, and caring. Choice. You have to choose. You have to choose to change. You have to choose to be consistent. You have to choose to be that new person. You have to choose to do all these things. And what you choose today will affect what you are and where you are tomorrow. Where you are today is a result of the choices that you have made in the past. Not because of your environment, not because of your parents, not because of the job you've got, not because of anything. It's all down to you and the choices you made. And don't stop at the first challenge. There's going to be challenges in life. You've got to learn to accept challenge and relish it. Challenges, people call them problems. I don't call them problems, I call them challenges. I wake up every morning looking for a new challenge, because I know that every challenge that I meet and I conquer makes me a bigger person, stronger, better. It's all to do with me getting better all the time. And I can only do that if there are challenges out there. If there are no challenges, life's not interesting. You've got to learn to welcome challenge. You've got to have conviction in what you're doing. You know, you can't go out there and just hope that you hit on the right thing and it's going to work for you. You've got to be convinced that what you're doing is right, not just for you and your family, but for everybody that's involved in it. You've got to be convinced that what you're offering to people as a solution is going to help them. You've got to have conviction in what you do in your actions. Concentration, sometimes called focus. You've got to be focused on what you want, where you want to go. Sometimes people come to me and they say, you know, you talk about focus, but you're not focused because you're doing this and this and this and this and this and this. I have to sit down and explain that this and this and this and this and this are all leading to one point. They're all going in one direction. Anything that I get offered or I look at that will not take me to the point of my main focus, I don't do. I'm not interested in it. Okay? I do a lot of things, but they all lead in one direction. They're all part of the same focus. And caring. Caring, I'm not sure whether we had that in there. I know I talked about it. It's so important. You've got to be caring about what you're doing. You've got to care about the people that you're helping. You've got to care that you're going to make a change in their lives, help them to change, help them to become better, help them to get what they want. You've got to care about people. You've got to care about what you're doing. But it all starts here with the first one we talked about, change. Until you make that personal change, nothing's going to happen. You've got to make that personal change. You've got to embrace the challenges as a path to growth. And once you do, you'll start to see things differently. You'll see opportunities and ways to help others. You'll find ways to contact people. You'll get into conversations. And if you do that with consistency, you will get conversions. And that is what it's about, conversions. What's an easy way to get contact with people? The easiest way is through buying leads, buying traffic, buying solo ads. It needn't be expensive, but once again, don't think that you're going to do it just once and that's it. You've got to put in a plan of consistent action. So if you're going to buy leads, you can buy guaranteed sign-ups to your email list. Certainly you can get them for business opportunities. I don't know about other niches, but business opportunities, there are lots of places you can get them. In fact, I have a business that sells guaranteed sign-ups. They cost usually $2 to $3 each. If you compare that to going out and looking for them yourself and getting somebody to sign into your list, it works out pretty good. And you know what you're getting. You know you're getting a guaranteed sign-up. Does it mean that those sign-ups are going to convert into sales? No. It's an introduction. It means that it's somebody that you can get into conversation with. You can buy traffic. If you're buying traffic, make sure it's niche targeted. It's no good buying traffic that all comes from Israel if you're selling pork sausages, for obvious reasons. You want it targeted to your niche. If your niche is health and fitness, narrow it down as much as you can. You know, it might be health and fitness, it might be weight loss, it might be building muscles, it might be stamina, it might be all sorts of different things. Try and get it down and target your niche as accurately as you possibly can, and buy traffic in that way. Does that mean that because they're interested in what you have to sell, they're going to buy from you? No, it doesn't. It's an introduction. It means that you've got somebody that you already know fits the profile of people that could buy from you. It saves you time. It saves you effort because they are niche targeted. So once you get into conversation with them, you know that you're talking about something that they're interested in, potentially. Okay, it's not like getting a list of 1,000 emails and you're selling something to men and you find out that 75% of those are women. So that cuts your list down to 250, and the men that you feel are interested in this are between 18 and 25, and you find that only 10% of those are in that age group, so your list is now down to 25. No, if you're buying niche targeted, you can target on age, you can target on geographic location, you can target on interests. There are lots of things you can target on and get it as narrow as you possibly can. And it's a good way of getting that contact. But then don't expect. You've got to get into conversation. Okay? You can buy solo ads. Why are solo ads good? Solo ads are good because you write an email about what it is you're offering. So you send that email to a niche targeted list. So if you're selling a herbal cure for acne, you can find a list in a health and wellness list that is designed for that concentrates on people with skin care. Okay, and then you can in your letter say, I've got this great remedy for acne. If you're interested, find out more about it here. So you're getting this really targeted to your offer. So that's why solo ads are good. Solo ads, though, and I say this, it depends on where you buy from, because a lot of solos have the same people on their lists because they do what they call swapping. They swap lists about, and so that people join one list from another list and another list, and what happens is you get masses and masses of solo ad vendors, and 90% of the people on their lists are the same as everybody else's list. So once you've done a solo ad from one vendor, it might be not much good doing it from another few vendors, because only 10% of their list have not seen your offer before, if you see where I'm coming from. So if you're going to buy solo ads, you need to really look into something like a solo ad concierge who knows what they're doing, and they'll make sure that your offer is going to fresh people all the time, or somebody that's got a massive list. And you can run solo ads to niche targeted lists very inexpensively. They're not personalized lists, but they will take your personal solo ad, and they're not expensive. I can't think what rates. Can't think what rates we charge. I've got a business that does that, but they are not what people would class as the best leads, but they're inexpensive, and you should judge on how much it costs to get a conversion, not on what each individual lead costs, because to say that a 1 cent lead is no good because it takes 1,000 of them to convert, that's like $10 per conversion, isn't it? So if you're spending $50 on 50 clicks in a solo ad, and you're getting 15 opt-ins, and 2 or 3 of those buy, it's maybe around about the same, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. So you have to look at things in the right way. You've got to know what your earnings per click are. You've got to know, and it'll vary from different provider. So cheap traffic isn't always the best, but it's not always the worst either. It can be very, very effective. So those are easy ways to contact people, is by buying either traffic or signups or solo ads. So what is SOAP? We were talking about sharing abundance worldwide with passion. Okay, basically SOAP has 2 options for you. There's the do-it-yourself and a done-for-you option. Both offer tools and training to help you in every aspect of your business, whether you do it yourself or whether it's done for you. If you're doing it yourself, you can get started for just $7 a month, and you can build a strong residual income in a short space of time. $2,000 a month in 60 days is possible. I know, because I did it when we first launched. When we first launched, actually, it was $5 a month, paying $4.50 commission. It's now $7 a month, and it pays $5 commission. And I did it because I built a $2,000 a month income in 60 days on that initial launch. Is that typical? No, it's what I did. Will you do that? Not necessarily. Could you do that? Yeah, it's possible. Could you do better than that? Yeah, that's possible. Could you do worse than that? Yeah, that's also possible. It depends on you and how you go about things. It's just an example. I know that that's possible because I've done it. Like I know I can teach you to make 30,000 a month because I've done that for years. Can I teach you to make what my goal is now of making over $2 million a month? No, because I've not got there yet. I can tell you what I'm doing to get there, but I've not got there yet. So I can't be exact about that. But I can be exact about teaching you how to make over $30,000 a month because I've done that for many years. Okay, so that's it. Does it mean that that is guaranteed? No, it doesn't. We have a done for you option, which has guaranteed profits in it, and I'm going to talk about that in a little while. And it has a faster income potential, but it's going to cost you more. It's going to cost you more than $7 a month because you're paying people to do things for you. If we look at the DIY, the do-it-yourself, as I said, every $7 sale makes you an initial $5 a month. But one sale that you make, only one sale, is passed up, and it's the second sale you make. So if you make 2 sales, you're still only making $5 a month, but from your 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and ad infinitum, every other sale is worth $5 a month to you. Now, because of this pass-up system, you receive every second sale from your children, and you like your children are not always the people you've introduced. They can be people that have been passed up to you as well. So you receive every second sale from them. So if you introduce 10 people and they each introduce 2 people, you will get 10 people passed up to you. So you will actually have 20 people on in your pay line that you're earning $5 a month from. And those 10 that were passed up, if they introduce 2 people each, they'll all pass up another one to you. So you'll have another 10 passed up. So that'll give you 30 people that you're getting $5 a month from, and so on. So that's a little bit of leverage there. It goes into more detail on the website because there are more things that we do. But that's it. There is also an automatic progression to higher income levels. You can pay for these from your commissions, not out of pocket, or you can pay out of your pocket if you choose to. Some people choose to get straight in at $155 a month income level, and that costs $157. But you can just crank it up there and be paid out of your commissions as you go through and as you introduce people on that first level. But there is a potential for everybody in your pay line, everybody you're getting paid for, to pay you $155 a month. So if you have 15 people that are $155 a month, you're making an income of over $2,000 a month with just 15 people. If they all come in at $7, it'll take them a while to get up there. It's not instant overnight income. But if they all come in at the $157 level, yeah, bang, you're there straight away. It depends on the people. If you're doing it yourself, what have you got to do? You've got to drive traffic to your affiliate link, to your website. It's a website we provide for you. It's linked to you so that anybody that joins through your link, you get credit for. You will be required to do all the follow-up required to make sales, because although it does happen, some people do just arrive at the website and buy. The same as sometimes people arrive at any website and buy, regardless of what it costs, whether it's 10 cents or $10,000. You will occasionally get people that arrive at a website and say, yeah, I like this, I'm going to buy it. But it is not the norm. You will normally need to get involved in conversation. You will need to do the follow-up required to make the sales. Leads will not convert if you don't follow up. Some will, the majority won't. So don't say, oh, well, I've got 1,000 leads and I got 300 people opted into my list, but I've not made any sales. Why? Because you didn't get involved in conversation. Conversation. So you might need to pick up the phone to call all the leads. If you don't like phoning, you might need to do it another way: emails, webinars, whatever. Live webinars, closing presentations, good way of going about things. Email marketing, retargeting. Retargeting is a technique used a lot in banner ads, where you can find alternative routes to getting to a person's hot button, something that they want, something that they need, something that you've found out they're interested in. And you'll be required to do all the tracking, because you need to track whatever you're doing all the time so that you know what's working and what isn't, and how you can improve it and do the tweaking and everything else. And that's what being in business is about. It's not about just pressing a magic button and getting $1,000 overnight. It's about being able to do these things, taking action, seeing what the results are, checking on the results. If they're not what you want, how can we adjust them to make them what we want? And if they're not bad, how can we adjust them to make them even better? That's called business. The Done For You system is a 3-part system. The first part is we generate a monthly income from cooperative sales. The cooperative is something where we all pay in a set amount every month. It's currently $497 a month. That money is then used by somebody who is very, very good at placing mass advertising. And from that mass advertising and the webinars and everything else that are done in the co-op, through the co-op payments, a profit is made usually. Usually it's 2 to 3 times. So you're paying nearly $500 a month in. The profit on it is usually $1,000 to $1,500 per month. So that's what we do. We generate monthly income from those co-op sales. We build you a list for your future security. We've had many people that have lost everything. They've had MLM companies go bust underneath them. All sorts of things can happen where your income is suddenly wiped out. But if you've got a list, you can put that income back quick time. Okay, so we build your list for future security and also for additional income on an ongoing basis. And as opposed to the co-op, which is just for one-off sales, bang, 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 we also generate recurring monthly income as we're building your list, so that you are getting a cash flow building each month. And it's important to understand the importance of recurring monthly income, because what is a $155 a month income worth to you? I mean, $155 a month, you're looking at almost $2,000 a year. How much would it be worth for you to pay to have $2,000 a year income coming in? I know I see people say, oh, I spent $400 on leads and I only got one sign up for $155, so I am out of pocket. That's not the way it should be looked at. That $155 is almost $2,000. It's a $1,500 profit on that $400 investment. And that's the way you've got to look at it. So we're building your list. We're generating monthly income. We do it using the OP formula. What's the OP formula? It's what every advanced marketer uses. Every one of the top marketers use this. It's outsourcing. It's outsourcing your projects, because it's impossible to be a master of all trades, be able to do everything yourself. And that's where a lot of people fail. That's where a lot of people fall down. There's so many things that you've got to do in a business. They try and learn them all, and they're not learning any of them properly, and they're trying to do a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit of this and a bit of that, and they're not doing anything right and getting no results. So you outsource. And how do we outsource? We outsource using other people's lists. We buy leads from people. We buy leads. We make the contact for you. And we use other people's expertise, like we use Titch for our marketing in the co-op. He is the best I know at handling massive amounts. We're looking at millions of dollars a month in advertising. I mean, I'm fine placing my $1,000 here and $1,000 there, but I wouldn't know what to do with 3 and 4 million a month. I'd be lost. So that's why we use Titch. We use other people, use their expertise, and we even encourage people to use other people's money. That's the way that most businesses are built. Once you've got loads and loads of cash flow coming in, it gets to the point where you don't need other people's money. But most businesses are built using other people's money. A greengrocer goes out and he buys his produce on credit, and when he's sold it, he pays the supplier. Sometimes people borrow from a bank to set up their business, and gradually they'll pay that off. They're using other people. in fact. What's a bank do? It takes your money, it puts it in a deposit. Does it just lock it away in the safe? No, it doesn't. It lends it out to other people and they make a profit. The bank makes a profit on lending your money to other people. Okay, they'll pay you a pittance for it, 2% a year or something if you're lucky, and they'll make 20–30% sometimes on credit cards and things like this. Other people's money. So why not use other people's money to build your business? Why not do it, and do it all with guaranteed minimum returns? So what are the guaranteed minimum returns? Like any guarantee, it's there to protect you. It's there to help you stay in business when results are not as expected. It's not there to make you rich, okay? The monthly costs for our Done For You program are $854 per month. But we guarantee you an income of $1,000 for a completed month, for the first 2 completed months, until the end of the first 2 completed months. So if you join on the 15th of January, your first completed month is the end of February, your second completed month is the end of March. We will guarantee that you will have earned $2,000 in that time, which will more than cover your monthly costs. It's there to help you stay in business, not to get you rich. It's paid out of my pocket. Okay, I dig into my pocket for it. There are other guarantees we offer which are not monetary in the same way. We will guarantee that if you're not making a certain amount, then you don't need to pay into the co-op, for example. If you've not made at least $3,000, we won't take any payments off you for the co-op, this sort of thing. But the essential cash guarantee is $1,000 at the end of your first completed month, $2,000 by the end of your second completed month. Okay, it's there to make sure you can stay in business when results are not as expected by you, and this will happen. We had problems in February which kicked on into March and caused us not to make the money we wanted. In March, in fact, we still paid out over $900 in the co-op, which was more than cover your monthly costs, but it wasn't up to the guarantee, so the guarantee would have kicked in with $80 odd. But that carried on into March, and it set up problems in March, and March actually then only 400, and the equivalent of 497 was paid out in March, which was below the monthly costs. So the $1,000 guarantee kicked in if you weren't making that from some of the other sources. So what I want to do now is I'm going to put this up. I'm going to go back and come back to that in a second, because first of all I've got a download for you. Let me just get back to the right place and get me back instead of this. Okay, that's me. You can see we're getting brilliant weather here in the UK at the moment, which is why I've got these curtains drawn. It's far too bright. You would see me as a silhouette, which may be preferable, I don't know. But here we go. What I want to do, I'm going to be opening this up for questions now, and so I will be taking questions. I don't have anything there for questions, but I do have an offer, and that should be displayed now, hopefully. So if you can let me know if that offer has been displayed. It's 6 ways to make money online. It's an ebook, and it has my affiliate links in it. If you want that ebook with your own affiliate links in it, all you have to do is join sawwp.com as a paid member. Costs you $7. You will get hosting, you will get an autoresponder, you will get a URL rotation. I don't think that's been installed yet, but it's with the programmers now. You will get autoresponder, hosting, URL, computer backup to back up your files, I don't think that's been installed yet, but it is with the programmers. All this for $7. And there's lots more. You're going to get a product every month, and this is going to be in there as a bonus product this month, because there is another product there which I currently sell for $47 usually. But you'll get this as a bonus product, and as a bonus product from the SAWP website, as a member, you will get the ability, at the click of a couple of buttons, to put in your affiliate links in place of my affiliate links. And so everybody that you give this book out to, when they click on those and they make a purchase, and I tell you, I make probably, I don't know, because from ClickBank I get income from a lot of different sources, and I've got beyond the stage of checking where it all comes from. But I think the last time I checked on this ebook, it was producing on average $300 to $500 a week just by giving this ebook away. So it's there. It's not a fortune, but it's a handy income, just as an extra income. So let me know if that offer is displaying, because I can't tell from where I am here. So the offer is there. Mark says the offer is there. Sherlyn says, are you saying we pay $8.54 to make $1,000 a month? Sherlyn, no. What I'm saying is you pay $854 with the expectation of making a lot more than $1,000 a month. But we will guarantee that you will make at least $1,000 a month, so that all your costs are covered. It means that you will be operating on a small profit, $146 profit per month. And when you bear in mind that most people online, in a recent survey that I did along with a friend of mine, 70%, we surveyed about well, it was over 5,000, I can't remember the exact number, it was over 5,000 people. Over 70% of those people had been online trying to make money for 3 years and had never made any money online. 80% had or between 70 and 80, 10% had made a little bit of money online but never made anything consistently. There was only about 3% of people that were making over $1,000 a month, but below $5,000 a month, and very few were making much more than that. 70% never make anything. 85% have hardly ever made anything, never made, it doesn't add up to $100. So Sherilyn, the answer is no. It just means that all your marketing costs are covered totally. You will be operating at a small profit, and we would expect that you would gradually build up to a larger profit. Jamal says, is the 1900 monthly? What 1900, Jamal? I've never mentioned 1900. I don't know what the 1900's about. So I don't understand your question. Sorry. If you can rephrase that, then I will do my best to answer it for you. What I want to ask you now is, what are the 3 most important C's to drive your success? And I want the first person to answer, the first person with the correct 3 in any order, doesn't matter, I will send them $50 from my PayPal account to their PayPal account. Okay, that's going to be the easiest $50 you've ever earned. Okay, what are the 3 most important C's to drive your success? First person with the correct 3, any order, and I will send them $50. How's that? Can't be bad, can it? Charles says can't see the offer. I don't know. Some people say they can see it and some people say they can't. I don't know why. It should be there. According to my admin panel, it's there. Maybe you have to click on something at the top to get it. I don't know. Perhaps somebody in the chat room that can see it can enlighten you on that. Okay, Mark Lay has got it. There's $50 going to go to Mark Lay. Okay, so that's the competition over. Consistency, change, and conversation. Mark was the first person to come up with that. And I believe, Mark, you are a member, so I won't ask you to put your PayPal address in here or anything like that, where other people can see it. I'll be able to find that. Just let me know if you're not a member, but I think I recognise the name, Mark. So if you are a member of SOAP, that's no problem. I'll get your contact details from the database. If you are not a member of SOAP, Mark, then I'm going to ask you to get in touch with me. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put up my email address, and anybody that's got any questions at any time that I can help with. I can't guarantee they'll be very quick in coming, but I do try and answer all emails personally, and I don't always do it. I've had a lot of family commitments that have impacted things, and I've had support staff answering emails for me and all sorts of things. Usually I try and answer emails personally, and I will try and be as helpful as possible. So there it is, it's there. My email address is graham@sawp.com, graham@sawwp.com. Mark says yes, he is in SOAP. I thought I recognised your name, Mark, but we have got over 6,000 members, so I do get mixed up sometimes. Yeah, Sherilyn, there is a chance that you can make a lot more than that. I mean, we've had people that have made over $1,500 in the first day with the Done For You system, but they haven't left it all to the system. They have been active in promoting it as well. If you're active in promoting it, as well as having the backup, sorry about that, as well as having the safety net, if you like, of a Done For You system, if you're going to promote it as well, then it can really be very, very profitable. We do have members that have made, they're already making over $5,000 a month from our Done For You system, but they are, as I say, they are active. Some of them not very active. Some of them just follow up a little bit with the leads, get in conversation with them just a little bit, help them out a little bit, and they're getting sign-ups. If you sit back and do nothing, leads are leads, they're contacts, and eventually you will get somebody that'll join. But that's Stan says wasn't Dave's the first. I don't know. Mark's was the first I saw. Change. No, change conversions and contact, Dave said, which isn't correct. Okay, the correct answer was change conversation and consistency. Okay, so Mark was the winner. So there we go, Stan. Mark was the winner. I'll just check back, so I think you'll see that there is a difference there. One says conversions, one says consistent. I don't know. I did look at them anyway, and Mark is the one that came in with the right three. Change, personal change. You've got to change yourself if you want to change what results you're getting. If you don't change yourself, you're going to get the same results. I don't know, some of you know, some of you don't. I'm a master hypnotist and certified hypnotherapist. I've not practiced for quite a long time, although I have done hospice work in the amelioration of pain and this sort of thing. I've worked with a lot of people who have not been able to break through certain income barriers, usually in sales professions, and until we can get them to change the perception of themselves, their own value, they will always shoot themselves in the foot. Even if they've got easy sales, even if they've got a great patch. Companies have moved them from patch to patch to patch. They moved them to really what's classed as a really difficult patch. They've still made, say, $10,000 a month. They moved them to what's conceived as a very easy patch, and they've still only made $10,000 a month. They've moved them to a middling patch. They've still only made $10,000 a month. They get on a bad patch, they'll work harder because they know that they're worth $10,000 a month. They get on an easy patch, and at $10,000 a month, they think, well, I've earned what I'm worth, so they ease off, and that's it. And it's a problem for the company, which is why the company used to pay me like $400. I'm talking about 10 years ago, $400 an hour for counselling these people. Because they can't get their sales boosted to the right level. It's a problem for the guy because his standard of living is there and he wants it here, but he's not sure why can't I get there? We have to change the mindset. We have to change the mindset of that person. Once we've done it, once we've made that breakthrough, it frees them up and they go on to great things. And so change is so important. And you've got to be prepared to talk to people. It doesn't matter how many leads you've got. If you've got 1,000 leads, not many of them will buy if you don't talk to them. In some way or other, you've got to get into conversation with them, find out what they want, and explain to them how what you've got solves their problem. Put those two together, you get a happy buyer, somebody that's very pleased. Not only will they buy, but they'll recommend you to other people. Okay? And you'll make more and more sales. Conversation, and you've got to do it consistently. You stop doing it, you might as well. You know, my wife had a fungus in her nails, and they gave her some medication for it, and they said, you've got to put this on every day, because if you don't put it on every day, you miss a day, the fungus grows back and you've got to start all over from scratch. But if you do it every day for 3 months, your fungus will go. So she started out and she was putting this on, and the nails were looking a lot better, and after about 2.5 months they were pretty good, so she stopped and the fungus came back. So I thought, oh well, I've only got a couple of it. But she had to start all over again, 3 months all over again. It's the same with your business. You can't stop. It's the same with the change that you're making. If you're doing personal development and you're reading things, don't miss a day, because if you miss a day, you're starting from scratch again. You can't just catch up on things. You've got to just be consistent. You've got to keep at it. I think Shakespeare, much water weareth the stone. Persistence, consistency. So change, conversation, and consistency. Okay, Sherilyn, thank you. She says the offer is under the Poppins button. So if you go to Poppins, then you will get your download there. There we go. Terence, I've paid out over $1,700 and received $55. You topped up the guarantee for $88. To me, your guarantee is basically worthless. You say be in profit, but I am in the hole over $1,500. Your reasoning that RMM is paying us is faulty. It's not faulty, Terence. You have the figures that are calculated based on what RMM pay you. You've paid out 1,700. Where have you paid out the 1,700? It's I mean, I can go into this with you on a personal basis, but if RMM are saying to you, you don't need to pay your 497 for the co-op, that is in effect having 497 in income. It's 497 you don't have to pay out that you would have had to pay out as a part of that $854. Okay, if RMM pay you in excess of the 497, then that goes towards the other 357 that you have to pay out. If you receive $55 in, as well as whatever you received, I don't know, I haven't got the figures in front of me of why you got $88, but it's based on what the co-op has either paid you or cost you. If it has not cost you the 497, that is the same as getting 497. So Terence says you already have, but you don't listen to your members. I already have what? I'm listening now, Terence, and I'll go into this with you on Skype if you want. If you leave me your Skype, I'll get in touch with you and I'll go through it. The guarantee is there to make sure that you are not losing money on the $854 per month that you are required to pay to stay in business. Essentially, it's a guarantee given out of the goodness of my heart, and I have made good on it. I've paid out tens of thousands of dollars just this last week or so to people who have not made this. I think the largest payouts have been $550 something dollars. So Charles says pop in, no message being displayed. And yet Sherilyn says it is, so I don't know why. It's there according to my admin panel. But Terence, get in touch with me. I mean, I'll go through it with you. I don't want you. It's not money in my pocket. You have gone through it, but you know I don't agree, as well as other tickets. Or do you have a team of customer service reps assisting you? Yes, we have a support team that assists us. I don't have time to handle everything. I spend most of my time trying to get the programmers to do the developments that I want to make the site better for people. Terence, it's not money in my pocket. It's not supposed to be money in your pocket. It's supposed to stop money going out of your pocket, or to enable you to pay the money that you committed to pay to stay in business. It's not supposed to be money in your pocket. It's not there to make you a profit, Terence. It's there to cover your costs. Mark Blaze says it is in Poppins. So Charles, it is there apparently. As I say, this will also be in the SOAP members area with the ability at with a couple of clicks to change all the links, all the affiliate links in that book, so that when you give it out, if anybody buys through those links, you will get ClickBank commissions. Do you know how long before phase 3 is introduced? Phase 3 of what, Peggy? What are we talking about? I'm not sure what you're talking about, phase 3. So if you can just clarify that. Done for you is all very well, but not one to stand back and do nothing. you can stand back and do nothing. You will make a small profit if you stand back and do nothing. And standing back and doing nothing, eventually somebody will buy. But if you enter into conversation with them, you will make money faster. But yes, it's fine to copy my posts and promote them with your own links. I have never had a problem with anybody doing that. Les says open the Poppins tab, it's there, the PDF download. So if you go to the top right of your video up there, I think it says chat and polls and attendees and pop-ins and videos. I don't know how many of those show in your list. There's no videos for me to play, but if you click on the pop-ins tab, the download should be there. Phase 3 for the SOAP website. I'm not sure what phase 3 for the SOAP website is. I'm still at a loss, Peggy. We have the basic plan, which has 5 levels in it, and it starts at $7, and you can upgrade through commissions or you can pay for upgrades. It's entirely your option. So there is level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 and level 5, and they're all there. Phase 3, I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you're talking about in the Turnkey Cash program, the third part of that is when you come to join it, is the co-op, and that's there, and it has been. So I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm sorry, Peggy. But as far as I'm aware, phase 3 is there. We've got one from Rainer. There's no tracking for the traffic we buy for 200 traffic and have no control. Rainer, I think I did try to make it clear that we would accept your own tracking links, and we have most of the members that are getting the leads that we are putting their tracking links in so that they can track the thing themselves. So the tracking is really up to you. I can assure you that you will get all the leads, all the clicks that you pay for to track them. Get us to use your tracking link and you will see them as they come in. Greg says, paid $380 for March, but it was counted as income along with the April 497 payment. If you got paid $380 for March, it is income. $497 in April has been paid. $497 has been paid for May as the April payout. Okay. So we're not talking about the April, we're talking about $497 was paid out in effect for the April co-op covering your May payment. So you got $497 plus $380, which is $877. And if you got $497 in place of the $380, you did even better than that. So Greg, you got your May payment of $497, and you've got $380 paid out in March. So your payment in March was $380. Your payout in April was $497, covering your May payment. So that's the maths. Roughly 500 plus 380 is 880. Looks like you did rather better than that because you got 497 in place of the 380. So that's the maths. It's not rocket science. Jamal, can you discuss how Argent fits into this, please? Argent doesn't fit into this, Jamal. Nothing to do with SOAP at all. Argent Global Network is another opportunity, one that I use. I use it for 1, advertising, and 2, to generate leads. But it's not connected to SOAP at all in any way. I use several other programs as well to either advertise or generate leads or both. But they're nothing to do with SOAP. They're just ways that I use to promote my business. At TCC, when you top up the earnings, where does that money go? It goes to you, Raina. It goes into your e-wallet, and you can either use it to pay the fees, which is what it's designed for, or you can draw it out, do whatever you want with it. It's your money. I don't tell you how to spend your money. It's there. You say I'll make $1,000 by the end of the first month. As far as I'm concerned, that means money in my pocket. Well, Terence, you should read the guarantee. It's there designed to cover your payments. That's what it's there for. If you buy a car and you have a guarantee and a wheel falls off, they put the wheel back on for you. They don't say, oh, very sorry about that, we're going to put the wheel on for you, and the wheel actually cost us $1,000, so here's another $1,000 as well for your inconvenience. The guarantee is there to do exactly what it says, to make sure that you can stay in business if things don't go as well as we would have hoped. So that's it, Terence. The guarantee is on the website. It's in writing. People should read it, but it's there as a guarantee to keep you in business. It's not there to make you a profit. So if you expect $1,000 in your pocket as well, then I'm afraid I'm sorry, I can't help you. Just for Fun is similar. Just for Fun, yeah. Just for Fun is another opportunity. It's actually run by me, so it's slightly different in the fact that it's not a third-party thing. Just for Fun is another opportunity, Jamal, that I run, and I use it to collect leads and to advertise, but it's not connected to SAWWP. It's not a part of SAWWP. Will we be getting pre-written email ads to promote TCC? There are already 3 available, Belinda. They're in your members area. There are another 9 being written, which will bring the sequence up to 12, and we should have those within the next week, and they'll be available then. So there will be a sequence of 12. But I encourage you to not just use canned emails. You should be making personal contact with your list on a regular basis. I've not really been doing as much as I should and used to, but you should be contacting your list 3 to 4 times a week with useful information, not ramming sales down the throat, useful information, things that would be of interest or of help to them. And you use those built around any preformed canned emails. I'm not a big fan of canned emails. I use very few of them, but I'm getting another 9 professionally written, so that'll be a sequence of 12 that will be available to you, and you'll be able to put them into your autoresponder. So that's the answer, Belinda. Should be available, I've been told, within the next 7 days. Greg, it's quite simple. You earned $380 for the April payout, which was a part month for you. What you did with it is no concern of mine. The fact that you traded that in for a $4.97 made you extra money. but I mean, I'm not even bothered with that. You were paid $380 for your part month of April, for your part month of March, sorry. In April, the co-op made a loss due to merchant account problems, but they nevertheless paid out the equivalent of $497 by paying for your May co-op payment. Okay, so that's $497 plus $380. I can't make it any simpler than that, Greg, I'm sorry. Is there any plan for follow-up pre-written emails to engage our leads? I just covered that in quite some detail, Oladamiji. Sorry if I've not pronounced that right. I was talking to Belinda, but yeah, I just said that there are 3 already available, another 9 will be on their way and should be available within 7 days. Can only find 1 follow-up, no letter. Laurie, if you are in the Turnkey Cash Cow, there are 3 follow-ups in your back office in level 5 members area. Terence says your guarantee is totally misleading. You made bad decisions and now you're attempting to get out of it. Terence, my guarantee is not misleading. It's been there on the site in writing from day 1. It's there. It's never changed. It's not misleading. I probably did make bad decisions because it's cost me 10 grand, a little bit over 10 grand. But that's my problem. It's not yours. And I'm not attempting to get out of anything. I've paid out. Unfortunately, Terence, people read into things what they want to see rather than what is there, and that appears to be the case with you. The guarantee is there, it's on the site, it's explained in detail, it goes through how the payments are calculated, it goes through exactly what it's there for, what it's there to do, and it's been there from day 1. So I can't help you beyond that. It's not misleading, and I'm not trying to get out of it. If I tried to get out of anything, I wouldn't have paid out all that money that it's cost me. I will say there's a lot of work going on in the back office at the moment. I don't understand programming. I don't understand computers very well. I can switch them on and off. I struggle with this program just to run a webcast. I'm not a whiz kid at all. However, this should give you all hope, because I make a lot of money. I make more than I can spend online, and I'm not an expert in most of these things. I have been in marketing for well over 40 years, and so I've learned to be able to market things. I've learned how to converse with people, how to find out what they need, and how to match that up to what I have to offer. That's my skill. I also spent a lot of time in personal development, both for myself. I mean, I still spend a minimum of 2 hours a day in personal development, improving myself, reading, watching videos, meditating, this type of thing, and at least 2 hours a day. And I've also taught personal development for many years. And those 2 things together, the personal development and the marketing skills, are what have enabled me to generate the income I have. I now have goals to generate far more income, because I want to help starving children in the world and people that have no water. I just can't understand how, as a world, we can allow it to happen that children starve to death. It's beyond my comprehension, and so that's why I started this program. That's why I started this program, to help people generate abundance in their own lives, and through helping people do that, to make an amount which I can then use to help those really deprived children and people that just don't have anything. I'm not talking about people that are struggling to pay the rent, or have to make do on a burger a day or something. I'm talking about people that have nothing, that are dying because they don't have anything. And that's okay. You are the only one that your interpretation of the guarantee makes sense to. I will attempt to contact you. I'm sorry if it doesn't make sense, Craig. I mean, it's there, it's outlined. Let me just find it for you. I mean, let me just find this guarantee, and I'll put it up on the oh, let me see. Okay. Let me go back to screen share, and I think this is it. Yeah, here we go. My personal guarantee to you of 2,000 income is broken down as follows. Okay? 1. A minimum of 1,000 in income by the end of your first completed calendar month. Not profit, income. 2. A minimum of 2,000 in total income by the end of your second completed calendar month. Not profit, income. The following conditions must be met to qualify for the guarantee. The guarantee period will start from the date you complete all 4 steps in the setup process of the Turnkey Cash Cow program. Essentially, those 4 steps are being a level 5 member of the SOAP program, paying $200 a month for leads, being a fully paid member of Real Marketing Masters, which is the driving engine behind this, and setting up an autoresponder so that you have a lead capture page so that we can build your list for you. Okay, you must be a fully paid member of the Simple Fast Cash program at level 5, $157 a month. Okay, so that's a monthly payment of $157. And be a new full member of the Real Marketing Masters program under one of our existing members. In other words, if you are already in Real Marketing Masters and you join our program, you can't get the guarantee. You have to join under myself or one of the members here that is a member of that. And that will cost you $497 a month. Okay, you add those two together. And then you've got your leads on top of that, which is another 200, and that makes up your 854. You must have continuously been a full member of the Simple Fast Cash program at level 5. We've just been through that, I think. Your first completed calendar month is the first month that you are in the program from the first of a month to the last day of a month. For example, if you join on the 15th of March, your first completed month will be the end of April. Your second completed calendar month is the second month. So in the same situation, it will be at the end of May. The total income from all sources linked to the plan will be taken into account when calculating the guarantee payment. The following examples are just that, and the figures are not actual amounts paid or guarantees of income other than as stated in 1 and 2 above. The actual co-op payments from RMM have on average far exceeded the 1,000 guarantee sum. And they are still, no, I think they, with the 497 last month, I think they dropped slightly below 1,000 since they started, but that'll soon be going back up again. However, that doesn't affect the guarantee. The guarantee is provided as a safety net for new members. Example, if you join on the 15th of March and your first completed calendar month will be at the end of April. If you earn $200 from the RMM Co-op in March and $700 from the RMM Co-op in April, and no other income would be for a 100 top-up to bring your total income to 1,000. Okay, that's your 200 plus your 700 plus your 100 top-up, giving you 1,000, which will more than cover your $854 per month. Okay, if you join on the 1st of April, your first completed calendar month will be at the end of April. If you earned 800 from the RMM Co-op in April and had an income from the SFC program of $150, which is quite possible, then your guarantee would be for a $50 top-up to bring your total income for the period to $1,000. That's 800 from RMM, 150 from SFC, $50 top-up, 1,000, more than covering your $854 a month. If you join on the 1st of April and your first completed calendar month at the end of April and you earn 500 from the RMM Co-op and had a commission from RMM of $398 plus income from the SFC program of $155, then your income from the period would be $1053 and no guarantee would be payable, as your income would have exceeded the guaranteed sum. I think it's quite clear. I don't know how I could make it any clearer. That page has been there since we started the plan. It's there for everybody to read. It's there to make sure you have $1,000, which will more than cover your 854 costs to stay in business while you're getting your business established. And that's what the guarantee is about. That's what it says. That's what it does. So I'm sorry, Greg, but that is, to me, it makes perfect sense. And I don't know how I could make that any plainer. Jamal and Greg, it's no good sort of throwing comments at one another. If Greg doesn't understand it, I don't know why. I don't know how I can make it any clearer. It's there, but don't get involved in bickering between yourselves. It serves no purpose. So it's there. I hope it makes sense to you all. I don't know, do we have any more questions that haven't been answered? It serves no purpose me going through the guarantee again. It's there, you can read it on the website. The link's there. If you go to the Turnkey Cash Cow and just click on the link that says guarantee, or whatever it says, it's there. It's not hard to find. If you go to the frequently asked questions, there's more information in there which cover it in the same sort of way. So it's there as well. I'm sorry that people have trouble understanding it. So do we have any more questions about what's happening, what's going on, or how I can help? As I say, I did put my email up. It's graham@sawwp.com. I do endeavour to answer all emails personally. I do have family commitments at the moment which preclude that, because it means I have to go a 4-hour round trip to hospital to visit in Leicester, a family member. So that takes up my evenings, and most of my day is spent trying to get the programmers to make things better for the members. But whatever whatever I can do to help, drop me an email. I'll always do what I can. I hope it's clear as well. As I say, please read through everything on the website. It is there in detail. I don't know really how I could have made it any clearer. Obviously, I didn't make it clear enough somehow, and I apologise for that. And I hope that what I've explained today has made it clearer. The guarantee is there to help you meet your monthly commitments while you're getting the business up and running. It's not there to give you $1,000 to go out and spend on candies or whatever you want, you know. It's there as a safety net to make sure you've got enough to keep your business up and running while it gets going. I don't know what cPanel you're after, Celtic Dragon, but you need to get that from support. You need to give them your username, your domain name registration, but I mean cPanel login information. You should have been informed of that when they set up your domain. They won't have your password because we don't keep passwords. They'll have your username, but your password is whatever you ask them to set. Where is the 157 paid from, eWallet or PayPal, and the Leeds 200? 157 is paid from wherever you set it up from, Jim. I don't think there is the facility to subscribe at present. This is one of the things I'm working with the programmers on. What I'm trying to do for this turnkey cash cow system is make it so much simpler, so that there'll be just one button which they click and it'll pay the 157 and the 200, and that'll be a subscription, and it'll cover that 357 every month as a subscription, either from PayPal or from Solid Trust Pay. But there are other things that we're doing in the meantime, but that is on the to-do list. I think at present, as long as you make sure you've got 157 in your e-wallet, the 200 will come from PayPal or Solid Trust Pay, wherever you set it up from, as a subscription. As I say, we are looking to improve that and streamline it and make it better for people. The offer is no longer under the pop-ins tab. Where do we go? It's still there, Sherilyn, as far as I can see. It's not going to be there for much longer because I'm not going to be here for much longer. So if that's all, Sherilyn, click on that pop-ins now. It is there according to my admin panel, and it's there according to other people. Download it now. If you can't download it, then join SOAP. You'll get it in SOAP, and you will get the ability to change all the affiliate links like that. And it will make you money. The more you give out, the more money you'll make. Hosting requests, put them into support. They usually do them within a couple of hours. It might take 12 hours. I think we have a guaranteed sort of turnaround for this sort of thing, 24 hours, but it's usually much less than that. I know I've had people that said it's been set up within 5 minutes of putting a request in, but don't expect that. It will be set up within 12 to 24 hours, certainly, usually faster. So just put in. I submitted a domain request a week ago and no information yet. If you submitted a domain request a week ago, I can assure you it's been added. I check the tickets on a regular basis to make sure they're being answered, and we don't have outstanding tickets from a week ago. So it's been answered, Les. Find your ticket and look at it, and you'll find that your domain has been set up. If you can't find it, you'll have to put in another ticket and say, you know, I can't find my ticket or whatever. But it's been done. There are no tickets outstanding from a week ago for any subject at all. I know. I check them on a daily basis. And if something goes over 24 hours, I want to know why. Sometimes it runs over, if it's a programmer related thing and it runs over a weekend, the programmers don't like working weekends, even when it's an emergency. And so if it runs over a weekend and it involves a programming issue, it can run into the first working day. But other than that, tickets are answered within 24 hours. And I know there is nothing over a week old less. So, okay. Okay. I thank you all for being here. I hope I've done my best to answer all your questions as well as I can. If you still don't understand, read the website first, and then if you still don't understand, get in touch with me and we can chat about it. But things are there. Are you going to do more question and answers? Are you going to do question and answers more often? Don't you think conversations with SOAP members would be beneficial? Yes, I do, Stan. I've been really out of the loop for about 3 weeks. I'm getting back into it now, but as I say, my evenings are all tied up. I can't make evenings, but I do plan to do more questions and answers webinars, and if they get attended, then they'll be continued, and if they don't get attended, then they'll be stopped. I started doing webinars with Simple Fast Cash when we were at the old site, and I did 2. I think the first one had 6 people attend, and the second one there was nobody there. So all I did was record it and put it up as a recording. And I thought, right, okay, why waste my time? You know, sometimes you can want success more than the people want it for themselves. And that's often the case with me. I want your success. I have the vision of your success clearly in front of me. But do you have that same vision? Because that's what's needed. You need it in your head, not mine. I know where I'm going, and I know why. Do you know where you're going and why? But yeah, if the members attend, we'll do them. They won't be in the evenings. I picked this one on a Saturday because I thought it would be better for people. A lot of people work during the day. But I mean, they can be virtually any day of the week, any time but evenings at the moment. This is not Access Celtic Dragon. I don't know what you mean. No idea what that means. Okay. Okay, God bless you all. I'm going now. I have a couple of hours to get to. In fact, I'm a bit late to get to Leicester to do some hospital visiting. God bless you all. Email me, graham@sawwp.com, and I will get round to answering it within 24 hours. Okay. God bless. If I don't answer and it's something support can answer, they'll answer it for you. If it's something that specifically needs me, then they'll wait till I can do it. Okay. God bless you all. That's it. I'm closing down now, and I wish you all a great weekend. God bless.